So, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the second and last day of this year's FRIBIS annual conference. And it's also the last day of this year's FRIBIS conference. This morning, I've got the pleasure and the honor to welcome two very exciting guests for me. It's Dr. Yoo, Head of Basic Income Research at Gyeonggi Research Institute. And it's Andreu Honzawa, one of the most active persons in the community currency space. I'm very happy to work with both of them. Well, not directly with Dr. Yoo, but we are the GRI, the Gyeonggi Research Institute, and FRIBIS work together in the Institute of Biral. And I know Andreu Honzawa for some years from the community currency space. And it's a pleasure and an honor to have some greeting words from Dr. Yoo, Head of Basic Income Research at Gyeonggi Research Institute. Dr. Yoo.
Okay, thank you. Hello, everyone. First of all, congratulations on 2021 FRIBIS annual conference being held. It is a great honor for me to give you a welcome speech at this conference. My name is Seong Yoo, Head of Basic Income Research Group. Its acronym is BIRG at Gyeonggi Research Institute in Korea. As such, I would like to briefly talk about Basic Income Research Group. Since 2019, the group has worked on many issues associated with basic income, such as policy effects of Gyeonggi youth basic income, financing UBI, local currency, and so forth. Aside from research part, we have also held basic income fairs since 2019 in order to make basic income issues visible not only in Korea, but also worldwide. In the Basic Income Fair, we had basic income international conferences for the purpose of having constructive discussions on a variety of issues surrounding basic income. The partnership between FRIBIS and the BIRG has started at the beginning of this year with an email from Julio Linares as a person who has a strong desire for realizing UBI. I greatly accepted his offer of working together on basic income. After that, our partnership became real with the name of Barter, Basic Income Research and Action Lab. Your beginnings will seem humble, so prosperous will your future be. I feel this sentence clearly describes Barter. At the beginning, we started with only 3 researchers, Julio Linares and Valentin, Seehausen, from FRIBIS, and Seong Yoo. He works at the GRI from our research group. After the first viral seminar, the Jain Family Institute in USA and the UBI Europe joined us, making it 7 members in total. So far, we have had 2 viral seminars held in May and June this year. The first viral seminar, we dealt with basic income policies implemented in Marika City and Gyeonggi Province. At the second seminar, we talked about international perspectives in basic income messaging with 4 speakers from Brazil, UK, and US. Viral is also planning on holding municipal leader round tables. This is a conversation about the possibilities and realization of basic income at local, municipal, and citywide regional levels. In addition to this, Viral is also planning on doing a co-study sooner or later. I believe Viral is playing a significant role in realizing UBI. As the last part of my speech, I would like to mention the importance of local currency when it comes to implementing UBI. You might already know every basic income policy implemented by the Gyeonggi provincial government is paid in the form of local currency. It means that the basic income policy in Gyeonggi and local currency are closely intertwined with each other. With its clear aim of using local currency to vitalize the local economy, basic income in Gyeonggi has the characteristics of an economic policy. The payment in local currency can lead to a rise in the income of recipients, improve purchasing power, increase consumption, and boost the sales of local small businesses, which in turn would increase consumption of small business owners whose income has grown. The effect of combining a basic income policy and local currency can be found in our study on how the first Gyeonggi disaster-related income, that is called DBI, influenced on the local economy. We did an analysis on the policy factor of the first Gyeonggi disaster-related basic income, which was also paid in local currency, using a differences method, analysis method. The results clearly show the positive economic effects of the first DBI. There was an increase in card sales after the payment of the first DBI, and also it was found that the rate of increase in card sales of local currency member stores was higher than that of non-member stores when the first DBI was given. Based on the findings, it can be said that there is every reason to pay basic income in local currency for the purpose of revitalizing the small and mid-sized businesses of the local economy. I sincerely hope that this conference will contribute to monetary issues around the basic income policies. Again, many thanks to all the members of FRIBIS for holding this important event today. Thank you. That's it.
Thank you very much for your words, Dr. Yoo. And also, I think I have to thank you for the Gyeonggi different basic incomes, because you have so many of them, and I would say you create the biggest data set of UBI and the biggest proof that UBI has a lot of positive effects on the people receiving it. And I wish you all the best and great success for the next years and your future work. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So now I want to give the word to Andreu Honzawa. Andreu is highly involved in the community currency space. He worked there for more than 10 years as a consultant, so he made it possible to make a living of a from my perspective, very great and honorable cause. So for me, it's an honor and a pleasure to have him here. He will tell more about one of his newest projects in Kenya. And yeah, Andreu, thank you very much for being here.
Good morning, everybody. Let me share my screen. I prepared a little presentation for you. Can you see my screen now? Yes?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm Andreu Honzawa. I am a practitioner and consultant in community currencies over the last 10 years. Now I'm going to speak about a project I've been consulting. It's a project coordinated by the Copenhagen Business School and the Joost University in Kisumu, Kenya. Kisumu is the third largest city in Kenya and hosts one of the largest open-air markets in Eastern Africa. Okay, this currency was launched last April 2020, just at the onset of the pandemic. It had to be later, but given the situation, the community there asked to speed up the implementation, so we launched the currency in 1st May 2020, just as I said, in the midst of the pandemic. We based this model on a quite standard model of community currency, the mutual credit currency. However, the local community, and this is a bottom-up project, driven by the local community. They participated in the design of the community currency and have been leading the design improvements that are being currently implemented. Okay, this project is currently exploring how UBI can be introduced together with the community currency in this case. Okay. So for those of you who don't know what is a mutual credit type of community currency, it all starts with all members having a zero balance. So we would have the members here, and we have previous balance, change, and current balance. Okay, it works similar to in accounting is called the double entry bookkeeping. Okay. So when Sophia wants to buy something with Diana, Sophia goes -60 negative, Diana goes +60 negative. Okay. When Sophia wants to buy something from Trevor, Sophia goes -20, Trevor goes +20. And the total balance is Sophia has -80, Trevor has +20, Diana has +60, and all balances add up to 0. Always, okay, like in double entry bookkeeping. Okay, thanks to this system, merchants in Kenya have been able to trade in a multilateral barter kind of community currency, and that is without using money, just an app and a USSD for feature phones. For phones that are not smartphones. Okay, the community there self-manage the community currency, and they establish which credit limits each member can have, and they vary from 500 to 2,000 Kenyan shillings of a line of credit for each of the participating members. Okay, this community currency currently has about 130 merchants. Okay, and it's not in one group, but in 3 different merchants group that have created in this Kenyan city. Okay, these are some pictures of the members. Okay, to show a little bit the flow of funds, how it would work, it would be something like this, and I will be showing each of the operations in this community currency one by one. Okay, so here we have one member, here we have another member, so they send community currency this way, and the community currency goes back in this way. This is the basic mutual credit type of community currency, with here we called barter circle for them to understand better. Okay. In addition to that, we meaning we together with they have co-designed other operations on top of this one, mostly based on their existing practices of community savings group or table banks that are so popular in Kenya and in Africa in general. Okay, so other operations that they do is they make weekly contributions to a solidarity fund in Kenyan shillings. So to be a member of this barter circle, each member must pay 25 Kenyan shillings per month to a solidarity fund or community fund in Kenyan shillings. Okay, this solidarity fund in Kenyan shillings can also receive donations from external donors. Okay, which in this case is the DANIDA, the International Cooperation Agency of the Danish government. Okay, this community currency also has a mutual solidarity fund in trading credit. So MTCr, it's Mandeleo Trading Credit. Mandeleo is the name of the association that they chose, and we don't call it here community currency, we call them trading credit. So this is Mandeleo Trading Credits, and the community also has a solidarity fund in trading credits, which again, it can be negative or positive. Okay, from this community fund, they can receive contributions, donation fees paid by the members in trading credits to the Solidarity Fund, and the Solidarity Fund can pay any kind of community expenditures that they wish to members of the community currency. This would be like the government account or the organization account of the community. Okay. The next operation is that given that there are some Kenyan shillings, there is a Kenyan shilling solidarity fund, the community can allow the conversion of trading credits for Kenyan shillings, okay, what we would call cash out. This is how it would work. It would, the member would pay from their trading account some community currencies to a so-called debit account, and this would trigger a payment from Kenyan shillings to the member. Okay, this is not currently configured as this, but in Cyclos we're using a platform called Cyclos. We are going to configure two accounts: one for trading credits, which is what they used to trade, and another account just recording the contributions that the member has received or made in Kenyan shillings. So all this account will be digitalized in order to keep the accounting. Okay. What this community has also chosen to do is to grant additional loans in trading credit. So they have a credit limit of -500 or up to -2,000, but they can also access larger loans in trading credit. So we will create a trading credit debt account, and that will for the member, and that will create a loan in trading credits to the trading account of the member. And when the trading account of the member wants to pay, they will repay in installments, usually to the debt account of this member. If this member cannot repay this loan received, then the mutual solidarity fund would step in, they would cover this loss, and the community would take the loss. This would be an additional loan in trading credits repaid in trading credits. Okay. What the community is also doing is granting loans, given that we have, again, a Kenyan shilling fund. They will grant loans in Kenyan shillings to be repaid in Kenyan shillings. Okay. So here there will be a Kenyan shillings loan from the community to the member, and the member then they would pay back these Kenyan shillings to the Solidarity Fund. If they cannot repay and the debt is declared unrecoverable and must be written off, then there will be a Kenyan shilling debit account to account for that loss from the community. Okay. The next operation that they chose to do is a loan in Kenyan shillings that will be repaid in trading credits. Okay, so what we will do here is the member will receive. So this is at the time of repayment. They will receive a loan in Kenyan shillings, and when they want to repay, they will repay from their trading account to the solidarity account in trading credits, and that will trigger a payment of the Kenyan shilling account to the debit account, extinguishing the debt that they had in Kenyan shillings. Okay, so they chose to have loans in trading credits repayable in trading credits, loan in Kenyan shillings repayable in Kenyan shillings, and loans in Kenyan shillings repayable in trading credits. Okay. So this is what has been working until now, and the community right now is starting to implement all these kinds of loans based on these community funds, which are inspired in their current practice of saving bank. What we want and we are trying to explore with them now is to implement universal basic income in this scheme. Okay. So we thought, in order not to create inflationary pressures out of creating community currency out of thin air, we thought of basing this UBI in an external donation of Kenyan shillings, which we have available, as I said, from the Danish government. Okay, what would happen in this community currency or barter circle if we have such an external Kenyan shillings donation? Okay, we could convert these Kenyan shillings into community currency and then grant it as a UBI to the members. Okay, so this would be this operation, conversion of Kenyan shillings to community currency, and we transfer it as UBI, which then starts to circulate as means of payment or means of exchange in this barter circle. Okay, given that we have the Kenyan shillings, then we would have two options on what to do with these Kenyan shillings. One option would be buying goods that are missing in the barter circle and then putting in Kenyan shillings and then putting them for sale in the barter circle for trading credits. For example, if this community doesn't have any merchant, for example, that sells medicines, for example, okay, or doesn't have any member that sells gas for the cars, okay, so we could go to an external merchant, buy medicines in Kenyan shillings, and then put them for sale in trading credits. Okay, then we would allow the members of the barter circle to buy medicines in trading credits. In this way, we will have an inflow of community currency and an outflow of community currency, keeping the system at balance. Okay, this would be an option to implement a UBI based on goods that are missing in the barter circle. Okay, the other option is to just allow a selective exchange of trading credits for Kenyan shilling. What would be? We would convert the external donation in Kenyan shillings to community currency. We would transfer it in the form of a UBI to this network of merchants, and then we would allow the exchange of the community currency for Kenyan shillings. This exchange must be selective, simply because there is not enough Kenyan shillings to allow for the exchange of all the community currency. This is just an additional monetary mass that we are adding as an inflow to the system. But remember that this is a mutual credit system that is not backed by community currency. So this exchange of community currency for Kenyan shillings must be selective on the basis that are still to be determined by the community, because this is a system that is self-managed by the community. So they would decide who and in what conditions can have this conversion for Kenyan shillings. Okay, as I said, these are options to introduce a UBI on top of an existing community currency in Kenya as a form of international cooperation project. Okay, so this is the presentation that I have prepared for you. I hope it was clear, and I am open to any questions. We've finished, and I hope it was interesting for you.
Thank you very much, Andreu. I don't see any questions in the chat, and yeah, my moderator just tells me there are no questions on YouTube. So if you guys want to ask a question in YouTube, maybe I'll just bring up a question that very often comes, and I know you're gonna love it, Andreu. What about blockchain? Are you using blockchain? And if not, why?
This project is not using blockchain. It is using one of the leading platforms for community currency existing. It's an online banking, online and mobile banking software called Cyclos, which is the one that is being used by most of the leading community currencies around the world. It can be implemented at very low cost, and it has all the features that are needed for this community currency. My opinion is that blockchain is a technology that fits use cases that are based on trustless systems, and where members do not necessarily need to trust each other or a central authority. In this case, it's a trust-based system. So we are asking the community to form an association, to trust themselves, to trust us, and to create. So this is not a trustless system. This is a trust-based system that it has worked very well. We could implement blockchain technology. It could be done so, the main challenges I could see is that most of the existing community currencies cannot, or it is very expensive to add a USSD channel. So those USSD is this for feature phones that are not smartphones, that have this menu where click 1 if you want to do this, click 2 if you want to do a payment, click 3 if you want to check your balance. Okay, in feature phones, this is not usually available in blockchain platforms yet. And the second, in terms of user experience, configurability, and ability to integrate with third-party softwares, we still didn't find a technology that fit this purpose. It doesn't mean that it cannot be created in the future. It's just that we didn't find it in a commercially viable and way that can outcompete this Cyclos platform. But it is just an opinion, and there may be other viable options as well.
Yeah, thank you very much for shedding light on the fact that community currencies, even digital community currencies, have been there before blockchain got popular. And obviously now with this big movement of blockchain and this billions of capital in DeFi, there is increased interest in currencies in general. But yeah, do you think that the space of community currencies actually benefited from the rise of blockchain, or is it still separated?
I think there has been good and bad influences, I would say, from the field of blockchain. Overall, I think it has been positive, a positive technological development also for community currencies. I think it's a good technology. It's a promising technology. Maybe some of the bad things may have been that, in my humble opinion, that there have been some people from the field of blockchain that have entered the field of complementary currencies and have brought some ideas that come from the crypto world and that they were not typical there from the world of community currencies. For example, the assumptions that currencies must fluctuate in value. This is something that in the field of community currencies, it is something that was not usually looked for. In the field of complementary currencies, people were looking for a value that was pegged 1-to-1 to the national currency, because it needs to be used as a means of exchange, as a means of payment of goods and services, and therefore the value needs to be stable. Whereas the ideas that come from the world of blockchain and that assimilate community currencies to Bitcoin and all that, usually find it natural that currencies fluctuate in value. Whereas this is, and there are some concepts like this, or concepts like airdropping, for example, without taking into account the goods and services that can be bought with this additional currency that is issued into circulation. There are some concepts that sometimes I think confuse people from the field of complementary currencies. However, I have my overall impression is that blockchain has been a positive development for everybody and for community currencies as well.
Thank you very much for these two answers. So yeah, this was our introductory session for today. I wish all the audience a great day, and we will see each other soon. I thank you very much, Andreu Honzawa, and thank you very, very much, Dr. Yoo, for being at our annual conference, and I hope to see you all very soon. Ciao.
Thank you very much, Valentin.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity, chance, to present. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.